So I've got the truck textured. In my last video I did the UV layout and I textured it. Now I'm going to give it, I'm going to rig it so I can animate it and then eventually import it into Unreal. Okay, so first of all I'm going to create an armature, and I want to go into wireframe mode. I'm going to edit mode. I guess the first thing that I'll do is, let me think. I'll add a single bone. So this one will be make this the door. Because he's gonna open it to get in and out of the truck. So I'll put that right at right where the body and the door meet. And actually, I'm gonna move this down. What else do I need? Create another one for the tailgate. I'm not sure if I'm going to need this, but I'll just put it there anyways. So got the door, got the tailgate. I need to do the wheels. Before I do that, I'm going to create, this will be the root bone, but I want to make one more that's going to be used to actually move, that's going to control the whole thing. And I'll leave it up here. So the root, even though it's there, I'm not going to use it for anything. It's just going to be the root. Now I have to deal with the wheel turning, as well as the front wheel pivot. So the best way to do that, I guess I'll start with the front wheel pivot, and I'm going to put it right there. I guess the wheel pivot's back here somewhere. But I can actually I think I can put it way up here so I can easily grab it. Just as long as it's aligned with the back here. If I rotate it up here, then it should rotate. I'm not sure, I don't know the mechanics of the car, so I'm just guessing that it rotates somewhere here. And I'll also make one more, the wheel pivot. copy and paste that for the rear wheel. Okay, so before I continue, I'll go back into object mode with the whole thing selected. I have to make sure that the name of the bone has the word armature in it. So there's going to be truck underscore armature. And I'm going to go back into edit mode and I'm going to start naming these. So I've got the root. Call this one the main. Tailgate. Wheel pivot left. Wheel let's call it wheel left. Wheel left. Call it wheel front left. Wheel rear left. And I'm going to grab all, no actually, first I'm going to parent the front wheel left to the wheel pivot left. And then I'm going to grab all of these and parent it to the main. And then I want to parent the main to the root. And I have to grab one. Okay. I'll grab the door hinge. Everything on the left side. So on the truck's left side, I'm going to select. I'm going to press period and click on a 3D cursor. So the pivot is placed at the cursor. I'm going to Shift D to duplicate. Press escape to snap back. And then I'm going to press Control M and then X. This one I didn't need. This has to be door left. I'm going to rename these, just changing the L to an R at the end of the name. So it's wheel front right. This one is door right. So that should be good. So now we'll hide the body. So because I have 3 geometries for the truck, I'm just going to do one at a time. So I'll start with the body, and I'll start by press Control P and degroups. truck only, go to edit mode, going to select all the vertices, and it's all going to be parented to the main bone. So with main selected, I want to assign all the vertices to that bone, so I press assign. Because there's nothing here that moves. So I'm going to hide that. I show the rear, and pretty much same deal. In edit mode, select all the vertices. Oh, I forgot to go back to object mode because I forgot to parent it. So with the bone selected second, Control P, empty groups. With geometry selected only, edit mode, select the main, and assign. So that was pretty straightforward. But this is the one with all the moving parts. So I'm gonna shift and select the armature, Control P, empty groups, and with the geometry only selected, I'm going to go to edit mode, and I'll start with the tailgate. Select the tailgate bone on the list, press assign. I'll select the front left wheel, front left, assign, wheel front left, wheel front right, assign, and then wheel rear right, and then oh, I forgot the steering. Go back into here. I'll add a bone. I'm not sure if I'm going to animate this, but let's put it in anyways. Wheel. And I'll parent that to the main. Control P, keep offset. Okay. Back here. Oh, I forgot. Oops. I have to add, because I didn't bind it to the armature with the steering wheel, because I added the steering wheel bone after, I have to manually add steering wheel to the list. Okay, so now, first let me I guess I'll start with the back of the steering wheel. That one's just going to be parented to the main bone. is kind of tricky. And the seats are going to be mounted to the main mode. Those will be assigned to the main. Grab everything. Here. And so that's the steering. I guess I'll do the wheels. Well, I already got the wheels. Tailgate I got. So I have to do the doors. This door left. And this door, right? Okay. I think I bought. Oh, gotta remove that one. Okay. So I'm gonna go back here. Might as well turn on all the geometry. Quickly save this. Save as. One thing that I should do, I didn't take into account the rotation. If I'm going to ever rotate this, it's going to be probably from the base of the car. So I'll put the pivot right there. important thing right now. I may not even rotate it, but let's keep it there anyways. Okay, so I'll save it once more. Okay, with the bone selected, I'm going to go to pose mode, and I'm just going to quickly see if I missed any verts. So one way to do that is to just pull it out, and it looks like I did miss something. Not exactly sure what it is. Where's that coming from? Is it the steering wheel? Yes, it is. Go to weight paint mode, steering. Oh, I see it. Oh, there's a couple spots. There. Right there. So once more, pull it out, see if there's any weird same with the main bone. It looks pretty good. If I rotate it, what happens? There you go. Tailgate. Looks good. Door looks good. While I'm here, I might as well check the steering wheel. Oops. I'm trying to get only one axis. Oh, maybe I should go local. There we go. Okay, and I'm just going to check the wheels, make sure they're rotating. So just quickly grab those, rotate them. Make sure that press period and make sure individual origins is selected. And let's go to this side and double check. Okay. Okay, everything is good here now, so it's going to save once more. At this point, I can just save it out as, well, first I need 2 more folders. Animations, and FBX. So, with this saved, I can go right ahead and I'm going to select all the geometry and as well as the armature, and I'm going to save as default pose in the animations folder, and I'm also going to export it as FBX. And in the FBX folder, diagram default pose .fbx. So now I can start doing some animations. So I'm going to go into the animation mode, or animation tab. And first I'll start off by doing the idle animations, but I'm going to set that to 30 frames, which is 1 second. Wireframe mode. All my animations I like to set a keyframe at the beginning of all the bones. And this has no real idle animation movements, it's just still, so I can just do the exact same thing at the very last frame. And I'm going to go back to layout, save as, idle, export, FBX, idle, once more, animation tab. This time I'm going to delete the last frame, and this one is just going to be driving forward, so I'm just going to animate the wheels. So the thing about Blender, in case you don't know, is, let's just say, for the 1 second, I want the wheels to revolve just once. So let's just say I spin all these around. I spin all this around 360 degrees, even though I'm spinning. Let's just say I finally reach 360. If I play it back, it doesn't go properly. So the only way to deal with this is I'm going to delete the last key. I'm going to start here and animate a quarter into the timeline. So I'll do 7 frames, or maybe 8 frames, then 15, then 22, then 30. So here I'm going to make it only turn 45 degrees. So I'm using this as a reference, this little bridge right there. So this one's going to be, I'm just going to eyeball it roughly 45 degrees. And I'm just going to play back. There's a bit of weirdness there. That looks right. Then I have to do, click on 45 degrees again. So I'm not sure if there's like another way to deal with this, but I know in Maya you could just like spin it around and it just interpolates. Blender just interpolates differently. So I don't know. This is just how I do it. And then for the last one, because it's going to loop, I don't want it to be exactly the same as this. I want it to be like right before the 360-degree revolution. So let's see, about we're pretty close to 360, but no, it doesn't have to be 100%. So that looks fine now. Okay, so I'm going to go This could be saved as forward. The FX is going to be forward as well. And I'm going to treat this like, if you remember in the character stuff that I did for the Unreal, he has an idle walk and run. I'm also going to treat it the same way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to 15 frames. And I'm going to make everything half. So this will be 4. Here. So basically this will be twice as fast. So this is like really fast movement. So this one will be called, I'm going to save it as forward underscore fast. export it as forward underscore fast. Save it once more. I'm gonna set it back to 30. I like to do select everything. This is going to be backwards movement. So I'm reversing everything. Oops. So it'll be called backwards. Export it as backwards. Let's see it once more. And I'm also going to do it backwards fast, so set this to 15. Actually, this middle one was 8. Oops. Okay. So this is backwards fast. Okay, so I'm going to open up the forward animation again. And what I'm going to do here is I'm keeping everything the same, except I'm going to turn the wheels. keyframe that. So the wheels are turning, and as you may have already guessed, this one's going to be forward and left. So the car's turning left. Actually, I'm going to add one more thing. Just to create some visual interest, I'm going to rotate the main bone. Whoops. Forward, left. See the FPX as forward, left. Go back to animation. Now I'm going to turn it the other direction. I'm going to turn the wheels as well. Let's work this as forward, right. Leave it as forward, right. And I'm going to open up the backwards animations. This time, is selected. Delete this key. If he's turning backwards to the left, so if he was turning right, if he's turning this way, then the wheels would turn that way. But because he's going backwards, instead of the wheels turning this way, the wheels need to turn the other way, in this direction. So as it's going backwards, okay. And I just need to reverse it for the other direction. Actually, export it first. And the final save. So now I need to, I think those are all the animations for now. I'm going to import those into Unreal. Okay, so I've got the project opened up in Unreal. So I'm going to start off by importing, first of all I have a folder called truck. I'm going to open that up. Inside I have 3 more folders, model, animations, and blueprints. And I'm going to start with the models folder. And here I'm going to import the main model, which is the default pose. So Dodge Ram default pose. Press open. And it's gonna, this window's gonna pop up. Don't really need to change anything, so just press import, and that'll just take a few seconds. Okay, looks good. I'm just gonna open this up real quick and make sure the mesh looks alright. Okay, the only thing I see is, okay, some of the geometry, like the face or the normals are in the wrong direction, but that's not a huge deal. We'll deal with that later. Close that. Go back to the truck folder. Go to the animations folder. and import. I'm going to select everything in this folder except for the default pose because that's already in the modeling folder. And press open. The only two things I need to check here are in the skeleton I need to select dodge ram default pose and make sure that import animations is checked. And I press import. Yeah, that's going to take a little while. Okay, so with everything imported, I need to go into the blueprints folder, and I'm going to create a blueprint class, and actually I'm just going to double check something. In my other project, okay, I'm going to create a character blueprint. This one's going to be called Truck BP. Double click to open it. So the one thing I want to check in my Clint blueprint is that I remember I scaled the character down. Because the truck is modeled to the scale of the character, I need to make sure that the scale of the truck in Unreal is the same as Clint. So I scaled them down to 0.58, and I need to do the same thing with the truck. So back in the truck, in the mesh, I'm going to assign dodge ram default pose, and I'm going to scale it down right away to 0.58. Going to rotate it 90 degrees, and in the just the right view, I'm going to bring the truck down. Like the Clint character, I need to add a spring ram. And to the spring arm, I'm going to add a camera. With the spring arm selected, I am going to target arm length. Maybe a little bit more out like this, the camera, and the offset, I guess is going to be is it the offset I'm looking for? No, it's this one here. So I'm going to compile that. I'm going to go back into my level, and in the world settings where I set the game mode, the default pawn class is set to Clint, but I'm going to try and doing the truck. So truck BP. So I'm going to press play, and I just want to see what the camera angle looks like. And that's not bad, but I'd like to see more of the truck. So back here, with the spring arm selected, I want the target arm length to be further back. Go ahead and hit compile, and press play. That's a little bit better. So far I can't do anything, so that's the next thing. Oops. Okay, so back in the truck, actually I should say, well, I'm going to go to event graph. I'm going to create another graph called basic inputs. And I'm going to refer back to my other project. So unlike Clint, I'm not going to do an animation blueprint or a blend space. I'm going to do everything here in inside of the blueprint. So first I need to get forward. Okay. I might as well just copy and paste all this. Actually, I want to copy and paste these first, these variables. Oop, wrong place. So I'll copy and paste these first and then I'll explain. Okay, so the first bit of code is this here. So basically, actually I don't need this condition. I'll get rid of this condition. And I also don't need this condition. So whenever W or S is pressed, it's going to set actor location, but the actor location is calculated by vector interpolate. So I'm getting, I guess I can get rid of this out of the way. So the actor location at any given point is the current. So whatever that is at the moment is plugged into current. And then the target is the current location plus forward vector times forward speed. The rotation is using the, instead of using the mouse, I'm using the A and D key, left and right. And the rotation if forward axis value, if it's moving forward, if it's greater or equal to 0, so if it's moving forward, then world rotation is times 10, but if the forward axis value is less than 0, forward axis value. Oh, okay, I see. The forward axis value is over here. If it's moving forward, it's positive 1. If it's backwards, it's negative 1. Oh, right, okay. So if I'm pressing, just say, the D button, then it rotates times 10. If I press the S button, it rotates it times minus whatever, that would be a minus value, so it would be minus 10. And this is reversed, because when you go backwards, the rotation direction is different from the forward. And this is where I also set the right axis value, which is either a positive or a negative 1, which is fine and dandy. What I'm going to do real quick is this ground needs some texture. Actually, it needs to be bigger. I'll make it 5,000. And the texture I'm going to give it is going to be an Unreal preset. For grass. And the grass is probably too big or too small. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find it. Press this to find my texture. And it'll be this one right here. I would open it up. I'm going to go to where is it? So I need this way smaller. So I don't remember if I go higher or lower in value. So if I go 0.1, what does that do? should probably change this one first because this is the color. Base color. What happens if I go 0.1 and 0.1? Okay, that makes it bigger, so I need to go higher value to make it smaller. So what if I go 10? Okay, that's smaller. I'm not sure if it's small enough, but I'll change all these to 10. And save that. Okay, so I'm back in my other project, and I see that the forward speed has the default value of 100. So I need to remember that. I need to go back here. Forward speed. Oh, it's already there. Okay. As you can see, it got smaller, but it's not small enough. So I'm going to go back to my grass. I'm going to set it much, much, much smaller. So it was 10, I'm going to make it 100. It's a little bit better. I'll just go 500. Okay, so if I go back, it's super small. I'm going to hit play. The reason why this is important is because if I play, I need some visual reference from the camera. So if I press forward, it moves forward. If I press backwards, it moves backwards. But if I press, let's just say forward and right, then you can sort of see in the ground that I'm rotating, I think. He doesn't rotate. The player start. I'm going to add a cube. I'll scale it way up. reason why is when I press play, I can see the cube out in the front. But if I go forwards and then if I hit right, oh, it's not turning. Okay, there's something wrong. Why is it not turning? Okay, so I figured out what the problem was. In the truck VP, if you select the route and you go in the details panel, you go all the way down. There's a section called pawn right here, and by default, the use controller rotation by yaw is checked. So I want to uncheck that. What that basically means is that it only rotates to by mouse movement, which I don't want. So now, I think my forward speed was a little bit too fast, so I'm gonna go down to 50 and basic inputs. The turn was really fast too, so I'm gonna go 5 and -5. I'm gonna compile that, and I'll just quickly show you. I press play. If I go forward, it's fine. And if I press left, it turns left. But the thing is, if the car doesn't, or the truck doesn't, oh wait, never mind, that's not true. If I just go backwards, and then I press left, then it goes in the left direction. If I hit right, then it goes in the right direction. Okay, so that looks fine. The only thing that I would like to add is in the Clink VP mouse input, I'm only going to take the lookup. So if I compile that, now that's not working. Well, what's going on? Spring arm. Select spring arm. Use pawn control rotation, I believe. Is that it? So now I can move about. I can. No, that's not right. Well, maybe if I uncheck, if I only keep the inherit pitch. No, that's the opposite. I need to uncheck pitch and inherit roll and yaw. No, I was right the first time, I think. Inherit pitch. So now I can move the camera, and when I move forward, and I turn, No, that doesn't work. I'm going to turn that off. Actually, I'm going to skip that for now. That's not important. Control the pitch input. Okay, anyways, I'm going to leave it without the camera movement for now. I'll just leave it like that. I want the camera to follow the rotation. So I gotta rethink. I forget how to do that. One thing that I would like to do before I finish up is these animations. And I know this looks crazy, but so I want to copy and paste this. So if I'm pressing run, I'll make it 100. And if it's not pressed, then it goes back to the default value, which is 50. So I'm just going to try that out. So let's just say I'm going, and all of a sudden I press the right mouse button. That's not working either. One speed. If I do 200. There we go. It goes faster. If I let go, it goes back to 50. If I press the right mouse button, then it goes faster. Okay, that's good. Okay, so I was looking at this. I was going to copy and paste this animations thing, but I'm not going to copy it. I am going to do everything from scratch, which is better for me because it helps me exercise my skills, I guess. I'm going to go here, event tech, pull out and create a sequence, because I might want multiple things here later on, but I'm only going to use this one. So out of here, I'm going to add a custom event. Custom event, where are you? Okay, add custom event, and I'm going to name it what's going on? Animation tech. Oh, I need to delete that. I create the animation tick over here. custom events. I'm going to call it animation tick, and it's going to be, we'll compile it first, and we'll look for animation custom, oh, what am I doing? Animation tick. So call function. So the event tick is constantly triggering this at every tick, and it's receiving every tick on this side. So over here, if you sequence, so what I'm going to do, so first branch is going to check to see, because the forward axis value is constantly being checked by, or not being checked, it's being stored. It's constantly being updated based on what direction keys are being pressed. I can just grab these. So these are being set, so I can just get the values. So I can go forward axis, get forward axis value, and get right axis value. So if forward axis value equals 0 and right axis value equals 0, and I do an AND node, and boolean. So if both these are true, which means it's the truck's not moving, that means I can, I'm going to do once node, and do another sequence. No, this is, I have to switch these. Do sequence node. And out of the do once, I'm going to play an animation. And the mesh. This is how I did it in, yes, play animation in mesh, okay. I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to look for Dodge Ram idle. So if there's no forward or side movement, then he's just idle. I'll just, the idle animation is 1 second, so after a delay of 1 second, do once gets reset, because this animation is 1 second long. Both this and this gets fired at the same time, so animation plays 1 second, and after 1 second you can play the animation again. If I don't have this do once, then it just keeps on playing again and again and again, and you can't even see the animation. So I'm going to copy and paste. If the forward value is greater equal to 0, then the animation is going to be forward animation. Copy and paste that. If these two are switched, oh no, that one was wrong. The forward axis value is smaller then 0. Then I'm playing the backwards animation. Copy and paste. Actually, I'll delete this. Copy and paste this one. If it's moving forward and right axis value is greater than 0, and this one is smaller than 0, make sure I plug these in. Oops. So it's moving forward. The right axis value is greater than 0, which means if it's going right, then I've got to play the forward right. If it's smaller than 0, then it's going left, and I need to do forward left. So those are the turning animations going forward. Now I need to do the turning animations going backwards. So I'll copy, paste this twice. Plug it in first. So this is going backwards, so if it's smaller than 0, but the right value axis is greater than 0. This one is smaller than 0. Then this one is backwards right, and this one's backwards left. So I'm going to select this whole thing, press C, I'll name it animations, give it a show bubble, moving, compile, save all. And I'll press play. So if I press forward, then I press left, then he plays the left animation. If I just go forward, it snaps back. If I go right, it plays the right animation. But if I go backwards and I hit right, then it should swing right. If I let go, then it goes back. If I go backwards and press left, then you can barely see the wheels back. That's okay, not a big deal. I think probably get the point now. One more thing that I want to do before I wrap up is I want to go back to world settings, and I want to set the default pawn class back to Clint. And I want to see what the truck looks like next to Clint. So I'm just going to grab the blueprint and drop it in. So if I press play. I don't think I have any colliders, so for some reason the wheels are turning. He's gonna walk right through because there's no colliders on the car. Okay. Doesn't look super awesome, but it's good enough for my purposes here. Just need to check why. If forward axis value and right axis value is 0, then idle animation should be playing. Go back to Blender for a second. There's the idle animation. If I scrub through, okay, there's no tire movement, but I don't know why there's tire movement in this truck. Whatever, it's not a huge deal. Anyways, I think you guys get the point. Yeah, I'm going to cut it off here. I think that was more than enough for one tutorial. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Stay tuned because I'm going to do more stuff where he actually climbs into the vehicle. He opens the door, enters the vehicle, he exits the vehicle, and also he grabs a gun from the back. And after that, I'm gonna start like creating a new landscape with like trees and like zombies and things like that. And yeah, so I still have there's quite a bit more things I'd like to do. So please stay tuned. Okay, thanks.